Hello and welcome to my Facebook Live. Today is day 44 of 365 days. So awesome. So proud of myself. Welcome for those of you who are new, welcome. My name is Jessica Lozano. I am a women's relationship and feminine embodiment mentor and ceremony facilitator as well in my in-person events that I hold here in the lovely South Florida. And I help women have extraordinary relationships, whether they're single and they are desiring to magnetize the love of their life, or if they're a woman that's in a relationship in their sacred union and they want to feel more love, connection, sexy time, and just feel that aliveness. I guide my women through this through creating their own inner sacred union, which means activating both masculine and feminine energies within them and really descending them into their feminine core, and have the most incredible relationship that they've ever known. That is what I do. So today I have a question that I asked on my feed about a couple weeks back, and about what you wanted to know about relationships. And a woman asked, can a man embody his divine masculine to fully embody a divine feminine if he engages in addiction to marijuana daily? So this is an awesome question. I'll leave that on the floor. This is a really good question because I have experience in this, and I want to break this down and let you know what my thoughts and opinions are about this. So first, I want to say, when we're talking about human beings, we're talking about imperfect people. If someone is actively awakening her divine feminine energy and a man is actively awakening his divine masculine energy, we are talking still about imperfect people. So until you've become like an ascended master, you have not reached perfection. This means as you're on this journey of really clearing out your shadow energies, right? So when I'm talking about divine feminine energy and divine masculine energy, the opposing aspect of that is your shadow, is your pain bodies, is your wounding. And you are no longer allowing yourself to lead with these energies in your life. You are no longer like unconscious to your own shit. You are consciously bringing your shit to the surface all the time. You are playing big. You are not here to play small. Shadow work is not for the faint of heart. It is if you are here to live the most extraordinary, incredible, I was going to say meticulous, but it's not meticulous. I was going to say magnificent. That's the word. Magnificent life that you have ever lived, in love, in money, in health, in lifestyle, in fun, in pleasure, in depth, in all of it, right? So when I hear someone talking about like divine feminine, divine masculine, this is what's going on in my brain. No more are you leading with unconsciousness, right? You are very much aware. Now, we're imperfect. I'm imperfect. Even though I know I am actively leading with more of my light energy, more of my, not even light, like the more of the divine feminine energy and my divine masculine energy, I still have a lot of shit that's imperfect. I still at times come out with leaky shadow energy in my feminine and in my masculine, or not completely grounded, still wounded, still activated, where I have to go in there and clean shit up. That includes habits, behaviors, programming, conditioning, traumas, triggers that I need to work on, right? Why does my face always itch when I'm live? Maybe I need to just stop itching my face. I feel like it's just something that I need to not do because it's like distracting me, and I feel like it's like distracting for the person watching. So with that being said, you can still have some addictive patterns that need to be broken as you're on this journey. When I met Ron, he smoked a lot. He smoked daily. And to me, I saw it as an addictive behavior and a numbing out. I knew it, I felt it. And it bothered me. It really bothered me. It bothered me because I just, as my oracle, could see what was happening. Now, he was still doing other things in his life. He was going to work, being on time, taking care of his body, exercising, eating healthy. He would still show up for me, right? He didn't get like really disassociated much when he was high. He said he had more creative energy. And so there wasn't really anything that I necessarily perceived that he did, or that I saw that he did, that really affected the relationship. I just didn't like the behavior because I saw it as a numbing out, and I really did not like it. Now, is Ron someone who's expressed in his divine masculine energy? I would say yes, absolutely. And during this time, he's even more expressed now throughout the years as we continue to grow and evolve. So it's like okay, was he not fully able to embrace my divine feminine energy to a certain level? Yes. Because if you're having a repetitive behavior that is a numbing agent, which is what I would say addictive behavior is, then yes, there is something that is getting in the way of actually to your next level and embracing your partner fully. So my question to this question here, to this woman, this beautiful woman who asked this question, would be like, first off, how I guess that would be the answer. To a certain level, yes. There is a pattern that is getting in the way. There's a numbing out, right? So the question would be, what is it that you want out of this, right? What is it that you want? Where is this person at? How addictive is this behavior? And how is it affecting you and embracing you fully? And how are you going to continue in this dynamic and in this relationship, right? So it's not about he can't embody his full divine, he's not capable of embodying his divine masculine. It's okay, there's a conversation that needs to be had about this habit and behavior and how it's affecting the relationship and how it's affecting being very present with you, right? How it's affecting something else in his life that he's numbing out, that he's not actually able to tap into. What is it that he's tapping into? Where is he numbing out? Where is he not allowing himself to be initiated? Because that's the next step. There has to be an initiation that gets him out of this addictive pattern and behavior. Now, you as the feminine need to continue to do your work, descending into your feminine embodiment, continue to be a divine feminine expression, have a conversation about what you are experiencing and witnessing in this behavior. Like a really grounded heart-to-heart conversation. And I'm in this summit right now with 18, I think it's like 18 or 17 amazing women who are in the on the cutting edge of this relationship coaching, which I'm in. I'm on day 6. So if you want to watch and learn more about how to communicate with the man, how to get your needs how to get your needs met, I highly recommend that you join this summit. It is free. I think it's only 24 or 48 hours that you can watch the videos. So I highly recommend that you jump in there and get on in it and watch as many videos as you can. But you need to communicate from your heart. Sober, when he's sober. And share what it is that you desire. What is it that you're seeing that is affecting? And what you really want. And you leave it at that, and you watch how he responds, and you watch how he begins to change his life. How else is he showing up for you? You need to continue to express your divine feminine embodiment and not get in the way of what decision he's going to make. Meaning, try to make him do what you want him to do. Are there probably going to be conversations about that? Yes. That's a continual evolution of the relationship. So what I did, which the way I handled it the first time wasn't the accurate way. And this is why I'm saying is really important in how you talk to your partner, because it changes everything. When I noticed this and I talked to Ron for the first time, it was very much, it was not vulnerable. It was not vulnerable. It was not from my heart. It was all mind. And it was pretty much an ultimatum. So I put him in this position. And I remember to this day watching him process everything like that was going through his mind. But I put him in that position, which started to change the sexual polarity in our relationship. That was one of the beginning moments in our relationship where things started to slowly uncrumble. And instead of inviting him into my heart and inviting a conversation for us to have a heart-to-heart, power meets power conversation, it was pretty much, you do this or we're not. I can't have this. It's up to you. It's not very fair, honestly, and it's not very I wouldn't want him to talk to me like that. I wouldn't at all. And that's when he became more passive, and then I became more masculine forward, because the way I approached the conversation was a masculine forward energy. Now, what happened later? So eventually I didn't like the way that the dynamics were. He started to then ask me questions, ask me when he could smoke, like on holidays. And I really didn't like that. And I could understand why he would ask me, because it's, he doesn't want to upset me. And I didn't like the feeling, because it felt very much like a mother-child dynamic. And I said, you know what? Look, I was like, you know how I feel. You're a grown man. You do this. I was like, I don't want to put any parameters on you like that. It's making me feel uncomfortable, and you figure it out. Is kind of how I handle it, which also I would not have handled it that way. But in retrospect, knowing what I know now and going through everything that I went through with him ever since then, and multiple other things where I've had conversations with him, that I met him from heart to heart, power meets power. My woman met his man, and we made decisions together from that space, is what I recommend that you do. So I probably would have had, if I would have redo that situation again, I would have asked or would have sat down and said, look, we really need to, let's have a heart-to-heart conversation about this, right? And because I trust my man, and I said, I trust that he will rise to the occasion. I trust that he's going to resolve this. There was a deep feeling in me that I knew I could trust him to eventually dissolve this. And I really just paid attention to make sure it didn't really affect our relationship. Meaning, like, if he's smoking a lot and he would forget to take me out, he would forget to do things. Like, I really made sure that it wasn't getting in the middle of that. So I just continued to embody my feminine. We continued to work together on our feminine embodiments and masculine embodiments, for him. Like, we were into this place of sexual polarity and really wanting to become that couple where I was descended in my feminine and he was really ascended in his masculine energy. And through that, which basically means that I was expressing more divine feminine energy and he's expressing more of his divine masculine energy. And through that process, he made a decision on his own to quit. And he quit for like, I don't know, maybe like a year. And then every now and then he dabbles in it, but it's not at all the way that it used to be when he was smoking it every single day. So I know that my trust in him and not getting in the way of his king making, meaning his growth and his evolution and his initiation between him and God. He knew how I felt, right? And because I know Ron is a good man, and I know Ron wants to be a great man, I knew he would eventually do right by me. He would do right by me. When that would happen, I did not know. That's why I say eventually. I have to trust him. I have to trust in him. And I have that deep level of trust with him because throughout the years, he has proven to me. And I feel his character. From the moment I met him, I felt his character. He always showed up. He always wanted to do right. He always had my best interest in mind. He wants to be of service to me. He is in devotion to me. So I had no doubt in my mind that he would see this. He would see where the weed was causing problems within himself. And I'm not going to lie, some of it is just my own negative projections about weed. I'm going to be honest. I feel like to me, and maybe that's just my own bad negative relationship with weed and people that I've hung out that were always smoking weed and things like that, you know, and I don't like it. I just get really, I don't have a good experience with it. I don't smoke at all. So part of it is me too. So I have to understand that I have to take ownership on my side and say, a lot of this is just my own, or part of this, not a lot, but part of this is my own negative perceptions about weed and how much somebody should smoke, you know? But it's like, how is that quantifiable? Like, how would he try to quantify that, you know? But it's like a feeling that I have when it comes to his relationship with that. But then again, my own ego can get in the way of what's true oracle and what my true oracle wisdom and what I think it is, which is my ego. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah. Number one, you just have to understand that he's an imperfect man and that you're also an imperfect woman. So we need to give grace where grace is giving. See how addictive is it? How addictive is this in terms of like, is this someone that I can continue moving forward with? Or is this behavior really bad that it's affecting our relationship and it's making it, because of that, it's creating a lack of safety within me? Right? Like, can I trust him? And this is you have to get really radically honest with yourself. Can I trust him when I have this conversation with him that he will make the changes that he needs? And if you don't, I think you have your answer there. If you cannot trust the man that you're with your whole heart, why are you in the relationship? It's going to be straight up. Why? You cannot change him and you cannot save him. If you trust his character, if you trust that he will be a man for you, then you don't need to save him and you don't need to change him. He will naturally evolve with you. So, imperfect man, knowing that he's available for growth. Is he available for growth? And talk about how it is that you feel about it. And then don't get in the middle of, don't make him be, don't do the change for him, basically. Okay, so I think that's all I'm going to say for today. That was great. I'm really glad I asked that question because I was like, what do I talk about today? And I was like, oh wait, I remember. I asked a question before, and I had a couple of there was a question there that I wanted to answer. So I left another question box inside of my feed. So ask your questions. Sex, relationships, men, all the yummy things. I love these kinds of conversations because I get to actually give you what you're asking for, and I'm a generator, so I respond. So when you ask questions, I'm really good at just responding at at it. All right, so that completes for today. Is there anything that I want to say? I don't think so. Yeah. All right. Well, have a beautiful rest of your day. I'm going to go and finish cooking, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.